The CyberLounge online. Initiating transmission. Stand by. Join the signal.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining in with us and another wonderful episode of the CyberLounge. I'm here with almost everybody from the Toy Consortium. Say hi, everybody.
Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody.
Almost a full staff here tonight. I got everybody in the group here tonight. We got 3408, Briano, JJ, Gabe, and myself all here tonight. We got Anderson episode for you here, starting off the year right. Shout out to my guy Trent and Chad. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here with us tonight, but they're here with us in spirit. So wonderful evening here for everybody. And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to be doing a little bit different scenario here. We're going to be talking about a few of the things that we love. We're going to talk about some of our favorite things and what we really get into as far as collectors ourselves and sharing that with you guys. Maybe opening up a few other things that maybe you guys can, kind of give us a little bit of feedback for us and just kind of let you know what clicks for us, what really kind of gets us going, what gets us grooving as far as what we enjoy. Again, hopefully get some, some words and some little bit, like I said, a little bit of feedback from you guys. But let's start it off here with what we like to call favorites. So I'm going to start it off here, if you don't mind there. And we'll go ahead and light things up here. Let's talk about what is your favorite, what was it, JJ, your favorite, which one was it, character? Yeah. What's your favorite character? I'll go ahead and answer that one first off. My favorite character, and I think this is pretty obvious to everybody that already knows who I am. My favorite character would definitely have to be Soundwave. It always has been. I'm sure it always will be, but definitely Soundwave. I think as long as I've ever known Transformers, from G1 on forward, Soundwave has always been the ultimate character for me. I think other than the fact that, he's always been one of Megatron's, main guys. To me, he's always been like his second in command. I know a lot of people think it's, Starscream or Shockwave or whatever the case may be, but Soundwave's always been, probably his most loyal. He's also been the guy who's always been there to do everything that he's ever wanted him to do. He's also been, the guy that gets everything done for him that he asks him to do. He's also the guy that gets, all his cassettes to do stuff for him when, he needs to get the job done. And his cassettes are all loyal to Megatron as well. And he was always the coolest one, the coolest sounding one on top of all that in all the cartoons. The cassettes speak for themselves. They all do their own thing as well. They all have their own specialties. So, but you can't come anywhere near the guy. There's nobody else like him. Soundwave all the way. So
it's a good choice.
Beat that.
Way to turn a single thing into a whole team. You turned it into a whole team with the cassettes.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Yep.
That's
nice
right.
end around. I like
it's
it.
It's a gang in and of himself. That's right. So yeah, he's my guy, man. He's always going to be my guy. So I love him to death. I got a tattoo of him. I got all his figures. That guy's he's badass. So I got to stick with him all the way, man. So, all right, who's next? Who wants to? Who's your favorite character, guys?
Harry.
Who's going to jump up? Who's your favorite character?
You.
Who's your favorite?
Ultra Magnus.
That's a good one. That's a hell of a good one. Why is he your favorite, man?
He's strict. He's by the book. He's loyal. He don't care about the personal glory. He just wants to get the job done, get it over with. It's just like me. I just want to get my job done and come home to my family. That's it.
Yeah.
I've hauled pretty much what he drives. I can drive him. He's loyal. He's got some compassion. He don't really care for the chaotic crap at time. Neither do I. He's just he's by the book, so am I. I have to be by the book for what my job consists of and ask of. Sometimes the book gets out the window a little bit, but I bring it back. He's If he's called upon to do something, it gets done. He didn't want the Matrix. He knew he wasn't worthy. I just want to do my job. That's it. Just like him. I've
That's
been known
deep,
to
man.
carry a big hammer around too. I mean, it's part of. But hey, there's that part too. But it's part of the tools of the job I have to have.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah, yeah. Let's try to keep this somewhat PG for now. I mean, I can always talk about Nancy Poultry here. The reason why Frank don't like chicken anymore.
So
You ever look at a rotisserie chicken, JJ?
don't destroy it for me. All right, I'm good.
Come on now.
Nope, I'm not even going to. But I will say this. That was I like that. I like why you like Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, that was a good. That was really good. Had nothing to do with the fact that he's a semi. Has nothing to do with any of
Because
that
he
whatsoever.
could have been Optimus Prime too. Either way, but the point why you like him and what he is, and yeah, that's how he was in the
Don't
cartoon.
like to be in command. I'll take the orders. I don't want to be in command. It's not me.
Do you think that between those two characters that Optimus Prime likes to be in command more than Ultra Magnus?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I like
I
that
don't think
question.
so. Personally, I don't. Personally, I think that Optimus accepts it more, but I think that Ultra Magnus enjoys his role as a general. And it's interesting, like hearing, like getting everybody's, and obviously, like this isn't any, if you look at like the Siege, storybook or whatever you want to call it in that particular series, when he goes to talk to Megatron about essentially, like
Let's end this war.
trying, yeah. And so that was interesting, and that he did that, and that he went, kind of against what Optimus was, but that was a different Optimus Prime also, right? In Siege than what you typically had in G1. But those are all interesting takes, but this is kind of where we can get into the debating part to make things, fill things out and make things awesome.
Yeah.
Right? As everybody's like, I'm going to have the most ridiculous, most like run of the mill favorite character that of anyone. And it's going to be like, well, duh, that's like one of everybody's favorite characters. But it's, everybody's going to have their own reason. They're going to pull their own things from a particular character's persona and abilities. And that's what's going to make this conversation really cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought too. Because I started getting real deep last night when we were discussing about how to run this and do it. Terry's take on it, man, that shit was cool. I like that. I never really thought of Ultra Magnus that way.
Yep.
Brought a perspective to me that I never really thought about. And when after he said it, I started thinking about it. I was like, that's true. He doesn't really want the role, but he does it if he has to. He gets the job done, gets in, gets the hell out. You know what I mean? And the job gets done. Never really thought about it, but you sit there and you think about it, and you think flashback in your head some cartoons and stuff like that, and you're like, yeah, that's right.
In my
It's
job,
a valid point.
In my job, I have 70 hours to work. That's it. 70 hours. After that, I have to shut down for 34. I ran 6 days in 55 hours. I still had 15 hours left. I got in, got my job done, and got home.
Mm-hmm.
I done over 5:25 last night because of a frickin' detour and accident. I knew where to go, how to get there.
I think the unique perspective on Ultra Magnus, if you really think about it, is that he knows that there's somebody there that can do it better. You know what I mean? And because, like Briano said, does Optimus Prime necessarily want to be the leader? And I don't know, like he said, I don't know that that Prime necessarily wants to be the leader, like he said, but I know that if you could really get into his character, I think Prime knows that he can be the leader, that he can be the one to get these guys through, what they need to do in order to get back what they've lost.
And if you sit and watch, Transformers Prime, when Magnus was the leader of the Wreckers, he didn't like the ill discipline, the baby kid style running around. You need to be strategic on this. You got to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
Where Prime's just going to tell him, go. get it done. I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, who's next? Who wants to come up with their favorite character?
You know what? Can I go next?
Yeah.
And you know, the reason I want to go next is because my favorite character is Ultra Magnus. So I want to stay on the topic just a little bit before we divert just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, right? To keep
No,
the
this
conversation
is
flowing.
awesome. It's like
Yeah.
that's to me that's very interesting to hear.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
interested
and
to hear your reasoning.
I have a lot of the same viewpoints. Now, Ultra Magnus, it's funny, I didn't grow up with him as my favorite. I mean, it was always Megatron. But recently, within the last few years, it was Ultra Magnus. And Ultra Magnus, I feel, is a leader. Maybe he's not in command, but you don't have to be in command to be a leader. And I think Ultra Magnus is a leader. I think Ultra Magnus cares about his team. Absolutely. When you look at Siege and he does go to talk to Megatron, I think he knew he wasn't coming back, but he had to try and save his team. And I think he sacrificed himself and, of course, ended up being disembodied and beheaded and whatever, what have you. I think he did that for the betterment of the team. I think he's a warrior and a soldier first, and he just wants to fight. You know, point him in the direction of the battle and let him go do his thing. And I respect that. I was running a show not too long ago and somebody was talking about Ultra Magnus being a coward. And I was like, wait a minute. Ultra Magnus is like, in my opinion, is the furthest thing from a coward. You know, he's a leader, he's a soldier, he's a warrior, and he puts the team before he puts himself. You know, he puts the team first and foremost. I like those characters. So I like his character. I think he's a pretty badass dude. He's my favorite and just somebody that I respect his character and what he stands for. So
And
Ultra Magnus is my favorite.
To touch on that, Gabe, he was a rigid commander that went into a respected leader who cares for his troops.
Yes. Yeah, he
You know,
was.
You can't be a commander unless you have earned the respect of your troops or of your people. And
Right.
he earned their
That's exactly
trust
right.
and their respect. And that's another great aspect of, you know, why he's a great guy or a great boss.
And could have been commander of the Autobots.
Yeah.
Could have been. You know what I mean? Could have stayed. But I think that shows just kind of
You
who he
can't tell
was.
me he didn't go in that siege cartoon. You can't tell me he didn't go into that scene with Megatron and all the rest of those Decepticons, knowing damn well that he was probably not going to be coming back from it.
He knew he wasn't coming back.
Exactly.
He knew it.
Exactly. I mean, come on, really? You're going to go right in in there with all those guys hanging around there, knowing damn well that, yeah, I'm going to go right into that nest. And,
Right.
you know,
But why did he do it?
exactly.
It was worth
Why
the
would
risk
you
for
do
him.
that?
Exactly. Come on now.
That was self-sacrifice. You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
and he did it. So yeah, Ultra Magnus, yeah.
And he did it because
my number
Prime,
one.
so that Prime wouldn't have to do it. You know what I mean? Seriously. I mean, come on.
And I'll say it again, you can be a leader. You don't have to be in command to be a leader.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's completely selfless right there. Completely. So,
Yeah. So Ultra Magnus. So Terry, I got you, Terry.
Appreciate it.
man right there. All right, who's next?
Fine.
I'm gonna say Grimlock, and
Another good one.
and the reason why I picked Grimlock, and it's really hard for me because I'm just I'm just a G1 baby, and Optimus Prime is awesome, but I like Grimlock a lot too. But there's an edge to Grimlock that there's not, and it's kind of opposite of Ultra Magnus, right? Like he's like, yeah, I don't care what you're saying. That's not how I see it. But he's an idiot too, right? He's an idiot too. He's like, I don't
All
care what
brawn,
you're
no
saying. That's
brain.
not how I see it. Yeah, I don't see it necessarily that same way, and I think that in a lot of times we do get caught up in overanalyzation of things, and I think that Grimlock in a lot of cases represents just go with your instinct, and so your instinct's not necessarily always right, but sometimes it is. But he's like, he, as the leader of the Dinobots, I equate them as like a third party faction, kind of like I brought up Zartan and the Dreadnoughts earlier, and it's like one of the rare instances where there's like a group, a faction of characters that aren't necessarily ill-meaning, that aren't afraid to kind of go their own way outside of, in this case, necessarily what the Autobots mean or may necessarily be after. So I just think he's a cool character from that perspective, it's interesting that, in particular to me, when he gets the intelligence from Computron and all of those things. But essentially, it's a difficult one for me to choose who I like more, Grimlock or Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime just would be very cliche to say. So I'm choosing Grimlock for the purposes of this conversation. Now let the roast begin.
Everybody loves Grimlock.
I mean,
Everybody
I
loves
love
Grimlock.
Grimlock. I love
Yeah.
Grimlock. Are you serious?
he represents the primal instinct, really.
Yeah.
This is what we're just gonna go. That guy's hurting you. I'm gonna go. Grimlock go smash.
Yeah. No, he's like the Incredible Hulk of Transformers.
Right. We lost JJ, but he'll come back on. Well, the thing about what I like most about Grimlock, and I will say this, is that Grimlock is one of those guys where he represents, he's like, in a lot of ways, he's kind of like the Hulk, or he just comes in and, he's going to smash everything and then deal with the consequences later, whatever the case may be. But he's incredibly loyal to everybody around him. So, when he chooses to say, hey, this is my crew, this is my group, this is the people that I've lined up with, and this is where I'm going to be, that's it. I mean, that's it. He's stuck to those guns, and then that's where he's going to, and that's where he's going to reside. you know, and there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, that loyalty is definitely going to stay.
Yeah, and I think that adds. I mean, even when he and Optimus Prime got in a fight, it's like, yeah, I'll fight you, and we'll be cool afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. That's a total
and
guy.
it's
That's a
like
total guy thing right there.
we can fight, and then we cannot be little whiny bitches about it afterwards.
Afterwards, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly.
And we can move on, right? So that speaks that speaks to me. That speaks to me as
We've all been
somebody.
there. We've all been there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. He takes that role of being the leader very serious, I mean, because he knows that he knows that he's in charge. So he takes it very, very, literal, like I'm Grimlock. I'm the guy that's in charge. So these are my guys. So I'm going in first. What I mean? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to, to get it, what I have to get done. And, you're gonna have to go through me to get this shit done and whatever, if you want to take us on, whatever the case may be. And then, but that's the best part of him, and kind of like when he thought that everybody got killed in that one, when they took out, what was it? When he thought Spike and all the rest of those guys got killed in that one episode. And yeah, he thought the quintessence killed all of those guys in the ship, and he got upset, and he's like just pissed because all his friends got killed and shit like that, and he was just absolutely throwing a fit. And that's the thing, because it's like, those are my people. You can't, you're not gonna kill my friends and shit like that. And he was ready to just take them all on by himself. You know what I mean? So that's that. Even though he's dumb as a stump or whatever the case may be, it's like, there's still that element of just absolute loyalty, because they're, again, they're part of his tribe. What I mean? Just like like the rest of the Dinobots.
For me, like that's a thing with them being created by, Wheeljack. That's one of the things that's interesting to me, is I think that there's an opportunity to really build on those characters, and I think that there's like potentially a universe where you got the King Grimlock thing, but I think that so far, right, we've really only talked about, we talked about Soundwave and not necessarily, but I think that the interesting thing about so far everyone that we've talked about is Soundwave is the best of the Decepticons. I mean, he's like, of all the Decepticons, he has integrity. And that may sound weird for me to say, but he has integrity. Like, if you put a task on Soundwave, he's going to get it accomplished. He's going to do what he says he's going to do. If that means that he's going to kill you, and he tells you that he's going to do that, he's going to do it. And I feel that same way with Ultra Magnus. And I feel that there is a universe where Grimlock has the opportunity to be more than, King Grimlock and be an idiot. I think that there's an opportunity for, that he's somebody that could potentially carry on like some form of a prime torch, if you will. But
I mean,
that's
yeah,
interesting.
Grimlock was an idiot, but he also helped create Computron too.
The Technobots.
You know,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the Technobots. You know, he helped create them. I want to say one of the comics, he did take over the Autobots for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has that leadership piece about him, and there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? So it's part of his
It's like,
character.
okay, so it's kind of like if you take it this way, Grimlock and Optimus Prime. Grimlock is the caveman version of the Autobots, and Optimus Prime is the present day version. Both leaders, and they're right, but they kind of made him like idiot, prehistoric caveman, dumb Optimus Prime.
Neanderthal, as Frank likes to call me.
It's like we're going to do this
Yeah, but you're my
the
favorite
nice, neat
Neanderthal.
way, and then we're going to go over here and just get this done, right? Like Prime's not wanting to do this because of red tape, or if you will, and like, well, in the Prime universe, right? In the Prime series, Wheeljack is that. Right? Wheeljack shows up and he's very much not by the rules. And he's like, look, I'm just going to get this stuff done, and I'm not going to ask what anybody's opinion is, and I'm going to sort out the bodies later. Right? We're just going to get the job done now.
To ask for forgiveness than permission.
Exactly. What you got, JJ?
Mine is probably cliche as hell, but mine's always been Megatron. That's my favorite character for the fact that, Megatron is he isn't stupid. He's highly intelligent. He is no shits, does not give a fuck. He's gonna get whatever he has in his mind he's going to accomplish. And he's smart enough to know that, I gotta have people to do this. One person can't do it all, so he keeps his followers, he has Soundwave. Soundwave is loyal as hell, to him. So for the most part, I guess, and because I believe there's some stuff in comics, but for the longevity of everything, just Megatron is he's a leader. So like, if you like, I was telling,
He rose from the pits of
yeah,
chaos.
I mean, he rose from hell, everything like that. Went through hell, everything, became a leader. Does he necessarily want it? No, but he wants to change the world into what he think is right. He thinks is right. Is it kind of like weird sounding, because it's sort of could be like what Germany did, and with Hitler and stuff like that. People could take a play on that because but he isn't going to sacrifice troops for no apparent reason, stuff like that. That's and he's I just like him. He's a no shits kind of guy. Get the job done. He has it in his head. And like I told Frank last night, if you give Optimus Prime Megatron's mentality, about I'm gonna do whatever it takes, Optimus Prime would wipe the floor with Megatron because Optimus Prime
Very true.
fights like a wuss, all right, but he still hangs in there with somebody who's being relentless, who will do whatever it takes to win. And Optimus Prime is still hanging in there with fighting wussy style. Imagine if he went relentless too. There'd be no stopping him. So therefore, like, and basically, I've always been kind of I guess you could say, felt bad for the bad guys kind of person, maybe. Like, you know, Megatron is cool to me. He may be a bad guy, but in his eyes, he thinks what he's doing is right. There's some storylines where Optimus Prime and Megatron were friends, and stuff like that. Depends on what storylines you go with and stuff like that, you know, and everything like that. So, I mean, what Optimus Prime, Elita One, and Megatron all were friends in one storyline. So, like, it's shit happens. People go down different paths, but Megatron is doing what he thinks right, and I just like his "I'm gonna get the job done" type of shit, But he's still not like I was telling Frank too. And Frank and I were talking. He's not like Galvatron, where I'll throw 10 people out in front of me, shoot through all 10 of them just to kill Optimus Prime. I don't care about losing 10 people. Megatron isn't going to kill 10 people. He might kill one or two, but he's smart enough to know that in the long run, at the very end of it, he basically Megatron's trying to foresee a bigger picture. That's what I like about him.
Well, Megatron's got that mind where it's like, to me, it seems like he looks at everything like a big puzzle. And it's just a matter of just figuring out how to get, how to get through it. That like everything is solvable. You can find a way to make it happen. It's just a matter of just getting those answers and, just kind of just eventually getting through it. And whether he can figure it out or getting somebody else to figure it out is, if that's what he has to do, then that's what he's going to have to do. But ultimately, he's going to figure out a way to get what he wants, and that's, that's really, I mean, that's the intelligent part of it. You know what I mean? If he has to do it himself, then that's what he's going to have to do. But if he can get somebody else to do it, then that's fine too. That's almost like a Lex Luthor kind of tactic right there. You know what I mean? That's a higher intelligence kind of thing. Like I'll get somebody to do it if I have to, but I'll do it myself if I, as well. So
He believes in
cool.
ruling in strength, The stronger you are, the better you are.
Yeah.
I kind of would see Megatron as a Cybertronian Hercules, going through all the trials and tribulations, coming out on top. He rose from the pits of Chaos. He was a miner in certain stories.
He was in like a Colosseum, like he was like a gladiator in some of the other stories and things of that sort. He had to fight against other people for the quintessence pleasure and stuff like that.
I mean, if you go by the Transformers Prime universe, he thought he deserved the Matrix of Leadership. He was worthy of it because he rose from what he was, and I see that. If you've busted your ass in life and climbed up, you deserve what you want what you want. You deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
I see JJ's point. I mean, sometimes you have to kind of side with the bad guys.
It's that, it's that whole like kind of sympathy for the devil kind of aspect to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's, it's that whole different aspect on it. It's like, what is it that they truly want kind of thing, and that's why sometimes, when you see them sitting down with each other and kind of talking things through, you're kind of like, well, you kind of see both aspects of it, and you're just, and you kind of see what they're both fighting for, but there always has to be, the bad guy and the good guy. So, but no, I see what you're saying. Definitely see what you're saying though, JJ. So,
yeah, it's just, I guess you could say the, good versus evil.
yep. That whole dynamic right there. It always will be. So, okay, who's next? Who wants to come up with
All
a
right,
favorite
I got one. I'll start one.
subject? All right, hit it.
For the king.
Favorite figure. Combiners are not included in this. It has to be a single figure.
Wait, combiners not included. What do we wait?
Your
What?
favorite figure. Okay. And remember, you guys, you can only have one, okay? Because when they say favorite, and they say favorites. God damn it. Okay. Favorite. Okay. That's singular. All right. So
My top two are combiners.
Man,
Okay,
damn it.
go.
Okay,
Go.
so your
I'll be right
favorite, what was the
Favorite
question again? What's your
figure.
favorite
Figure.
figure? Okay. Your favorite figure. Ooh, that's a good one. So you got to answer the question
Favorite
first.
figure is Mastermind Creation. No, I'm sorry, G Creation Dark Six Shot is my favorite figure. That's the one that turned me from mainline to third party. This thing's got heavy plastic, badass ratchet joints. The color scheme is what really got me and got me decided to buy it, because I was really at the time having a hard time to pull the trigger on something that expensive for one figure, and something that, because I was at the time I was underneath the whole it's not mainline, it's not a transformer, it's stupid, mentality. Then I was like, screw it, I pulled the trigger. I think that thing was like $219 when I bought it from retail. And I was like, I got it. And I was like, ooh, I don't regret this one bit. The swords are like 10 inches, probably 8, 9 inches long, and they're real metal that come with it. The ratchet joints are amazing. The color, the black and the purple, I love that color scheme. And it just was amazing to me. And
the fact that, I cheated like Frank did on this one because six shot is 6 different modes in one. I did say no combiners, but I still squeezed in 6 things into one. But that's my favorite actual figure, that I've owned and stuff like that. Now there's some other ones that are heavy contenders and stuff like that, but that one there I'll never sell that one, no matter what, because that's what got me into my baby toddler addiction of third party ginormous figures, you know. So that it means something to me. That's why it's my favorite figure.
So we'll name this. We're going to call this favorite overall. Period.
Yep.
Point blank. Mainline. Third
Anything.
party.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Anything
matter.
But no
anything
combiners.
transform, no
Your
combiners.
favorite,
But you can do Titans because there's still one figure.
it's still one figure. Yep.
All right.
F the Titan.
So let's see here.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, well, you want to go next? Who
Yeah,
wants to go
sure.
next?
Sure. No,
All right.
I'll go.
All right.
And no combiners because my top 2 are combiners. Okay, so let me ask you this before I answer. Sentimental value taken out?
Your favorite figure. One figure.
Okay, if I can only go one figure, there's one figure in my collection that I would, if the house was burning down, I would run in and grab it. So I think it was about 3
This
years
is
ago.
specific.
Yes, this is very specific. 3 years ago, I didn't have any Transformers, none. But I love Transformers, always did. So my wife and my daughters surprised me with a Megatron model kit that they didn't know what they were getting themselves into when they bought the kit. So together they built Megatron, they cut themselves, they argued, they cried, probably cussed up a storm, and it took them, I don't know, days and days to build this Megatron. And that is the only figure that I have under like protective acrylic, and that Megatron bulletproof glass, fireproof, all that kind of good stuff. That is the only figure that means that much to me. I mean, that. So that is my favorite figure. Will not sell, could not offer me enough, would grab it in the burning house, run away with it kind of thing. So my favorite figure. So, but that's what I'm saying. Sentimental value. Now, can I get an honorable mention?
Look, we'll give you a good one because that was something that your wife and daughter made for you, put together for you. So
Yeah.
let's go with an actual transformable figure.
All right. And I'm going to credit JJ with this one because I first heard the word gigapower from JJ. So I went that night, Googled gigapower, and those things are amazing. So I have a gigapower Grimlock. You can't see him, but he's right there. That thing is amazing. I mean, so if we're not talking combiners, that gigapower Grimlock, the shine to him, I mean, the tightness in the joints, the plastic, everything about him, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So I buy a lot of figures that I'll open up and I'll put back in the box and kind of like, okay, what am I going to do with this guy? Where am I going to put him? Am I going to, sell him? Am I going to keep him? Is he, where does he go on the shelf? Grimlock, I opened up and I took out. Like there was no discussion, no nothing. And there's not many figures in my collection where I just absolutely opened and I was just like, wow. Like that one left me speechless. So Gigapower Grimlock for me, non-combiner, my favorite figure. Beautiful figure. Worth every penny. Absolutely every penny.
There you go.
And one of my first third parties. And JJ, all credit to you, man.
I'm going to have to look
All
this
credit
one
to you.
up as being a big fan
Gigapower
of Grimlock.
Grimlock,
I'm
man.
not familiar with that one.
Yeah, it's oh my god, Gigapower.
It's the
Grimlock.
best
Do it.
looking.
You want?
It's
you
the
want
best looking Dinobot for traditional Dinobot look.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, by far.
So yeah,
It's
that's
got
fine.
the chrome metallic finish on them. Yeah, like if I wasn't already invested in my Kang toys because I like the stylized ones, I would have went Gigapower.
Those are beautiful too. Yeah, those are beautiful.
I want to look this thing up right now.
Let me know what you think. And it's huge. That guy is oversized for
All
sure.
right, Terry.
Mine would be the Fans Hobby MB04 Gunfighter 2,
Which is a
You
who?
talking about
Help me out here.
third-party masterpiece of G2 Laser Prime.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's very well built, nice tight ratchets. If you include the trailer, there's a lot of accessories, extra guns. I mean, it's the same figure, just in masterpiece scale, and it's gorgeous.
Yes, that one is a damn good looking figure.
You know, I bought the trailer not too long ago to go with him, and dear God, the amount of accessories that come with that thing is outrageous for $85.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it blows mainline completely out of the water. And I have Trent to thank for that one because I outbid him on Frank's show on some third party, and we done a swap. But yeah, that Fans Hobby is mine. I own a couple of their figures.
Yeah, Fans Hobby, I like their figures. I got a couple of them too, and
I wanted the Armada Legacy Optimus Prime. I went with Fan Hobbies. It's a lot better. The eyes light up. It's a very solid figure as well. But mine would be the G2 Laser Prime or MB04 Gunfighter 2.
nice, good selection. All right, Ryan, Frank's going last this time. He just doesn't know it yet.
Hold on, man. I'm trying
I
to
went first
decide
last time.
if mine's Gigapower Grimlock or not. Shit.
It will be. It will be.
The thing is pretty amazing so far, it looks. However, I'm trying to determine, does anybody own MPO3 or MPO8? I mean, this guy looks
Yeah,
somewhat different then, but I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you're talking
He
about the
definitely
Grimlock
looks
Masterpiece Grimlock.
considerably. Yeah, he definitely looks considerably more posable.
He's more posable and probably not quite twice the size, but he's significantly bigger.
Dear God.
Significantly. I have both on the shelf right now.
Yeah, all right. Well,
lost
I'll be
one.
the weirdo and I'll go with I'm gonna go Grimlock. And I'm gonna go, and this is gonna be just like you're always gonna just go ahead. Do you got like a whop whop whop? You can play real quick. So I'm gonna go with Studio Series 86 Grimlock is my favorite Transformer, and the reason I say that is because it was kind of a 1, 2, 3 punch that got me back into collecting, and I was out of town and I was walking down a toy aisle and I saw this Grimlock in, I think it was 2021, and I hadn't seen it, and I couldn't believe that I was a grown man walking down the toy aisle and considering paying $50 for a Transformer. Not only that, but they had two, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go ahead and buy them both because what if I really like it? I need to have one in the box because Lord knows if I would have got that Jetfire when I was 5 years old that escaped me all my life, that it'd be worth thousands of dollars now if I just would have kept it in the box. So I grabbed two of those, and even looking at this guy, he looks awesome. He really does, and he's got a whole lot of detail and a lot of stuff that I'm not seeing on MPO8 or MPO3, or definitely more posable. Definitely looks like he's, quite frankly, less clunky. But I like the proportions of that Studio Series 86 Grimlock. I think ultimately, like if you were to look at like the entire Studio Series 80, I don't know that there are a whole lot of figures in that line that compare as far as like value, right? Like figures that are like really, really worth the money. And when I look at those figures, I'm thinking like the Commander class Ultra Magnus. I'm thinking that Voyager Hot Rod, Grimlock, I'd almost put Slag in there, but some of the characters are just not, they're not more than what they cost. And I think that character in and of itself, like, I don't know if I wouldn't run across that particular figure that I would have got back into collecting Transformers. So, and I answer specifically, like, this is going to sound ridiculous, but if the house is burning, I've got 4 of them in various locations, and I'm getting one of those Grimlocks. Actually 5, because I've got the new box too.
He's like, it doesn't matter
So,
where the
yeah.
house it starts at. I'm getting one of them bad boys out of there safely.
One of them.
That's right.
One of them's coming out.
That and the cat. Grimlock and the cat.
Maybe
There's
the
no
cat.
cats around
Maybe the
here. We
cat.
got.
Oh, well then get 2
Hey.
Grimlocks.
Cat.
If it's that Grimlock or the cat, it's going to be a second Grimlock. All right, Frank. Let's hear it.
All right, guys. Second group. Exactly. What cat? We have a cat? Oh, yeah, the cat shit. All right. And this is where it comes in handy, having controls for this. You guys will like this. Hang on a second. Oh, my God, that's hilarious.
Hey, JJ, have you seen the Planet X Grimlock yet?
Yes, they look good.
Let's see him.
Yeah, that comic version, he does look good.
Let's see here. Where are we doing this at? Let's see.
Trying to decide which version of Soundwave we're about to look at.
I like your attitudes.
Yeah, you do.
Let's see. All right. This
All right.
This is my guy. I'm going to get back up here. Sorry, I went too far with him. It's just easier than to say his whole fucking name. All right. This is, as you can see, this is TFC Toys Supreme Tactical Commander Dark Savior. Jesus Christ. What a name, right? So this is TFC Toys. This is, in other words, this is the dark version of Nova Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a badass one.
Yeah.
He is by far my favorite figure. I know everybody was thinking, oh, wow, it's going to be some kind of
something with cassettes.
Something with cassettes and stuff like, which don't get me wrong. You know, there's, you know, like, you know, my Golden Lagoon, Soundwave, and all this other, you know.
No, you only get one. We can't be.
I know. I'm just saying,
multiples.
there's all these other. Okay, I'm sorry.
No loopholes.
Yeah, see that one's a great looking figure there.
Yeah,
but
that
this guy is just, man. I've always loved this guy. This guy just, oh, he's always just been the one for me, man. He's just so damn awesome. I mean, I love Nova Prime. I love him to death. You know, the whole Nova Prime, Nemesis Prime, both those guys. But then when you combine the both of them, it's just.
And this guy brings in a little bit of Bayverse Soundwave for you.
Yeah,
with the satellite look with those wings.
You know, he's just. It's just. I just wanted you guys to be able to actually see him. You know, as well.
He looks pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And looking at this guy, has anyone made a proper version of the Beast Wars Optimus Prime from the Prime series? And I think it was about season 3 when he had all the upgrades and everything. Has anyone made an unbelievable version of that particular
talking
figure?
About for Optimus Primal?
No, I'm talking about in the
Are you talking
Prime,
about Big Convoy?
The Prime series.
That's cool.
When I'm thinking it was the Prime series, right?
Was it?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it's no. I'm sorry, not. It's Beast Hunter is what I want to say, right? So he gets a lot of upgrades, and it seems like he's got this very much the Beast Hunters. It's the Beast Hunter Prime look that was in season 3. Am I mistaken? Was it War for Cybertron, or was it Prime?
But what did he transform into?
He still transforms into a truck.
Into a truck.
Yeah, it's Beast Hunter. I said Beast Wars. I meant Beast Hunter.
See, I didn't watch a lot of the Beast Hunter ones.
Well, it's Transformers Prime. It's the follow-up movie right after the series ended, where they're back on Cybertron. I know what you're talking about, Ryan. I might have.
Let me look up, because I watched both of those series back to back, and I often get confused which one was which. It seems like it was which. Yeah, here we go. This is it's the Optimus Prime Beast Hunters.
Yeah.
But I don't know that anybody's done an actual, and that really looks like him from Prime, where he's got all this upgraded armor. He just looks like.
Takara Tomy did one.
Did they?
G11 Optimus Prime Transformers Beast Hunters Japanese. He's got his wings. He's got the upgraded armor.
I know which one you're talking about now.
I know that they tried to do one from was it they made they used the Ultra Magnus mold to make an Optimus Prime, and to me, I'm not particularly a fan. You said it was a G11 Optimus Prime Takara.
I found him on TS Source. He's about $190. About the cheapest found him.
Yeah,
besides eBay.
that's not a bad version of it. I've seen him on Amazon.
That or
Transformers
there
Go G11
could be the Transform and Roll Out TR Commander Star figure. Kind of looks like him a little bit, but he doesn't have all the armor. Well, yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got.
Yeah,
the
these are
upgrades
real
on that.
close. But I there's got to be I'm really surprised if there's not a 3P version of this guy that's dead to rights on what he looks
I mean,
like.
hell, it could even be a fourth party. The KOs, sometimes those are badass.
Right.
Yeah, some of the KOs are just amazing.
I love the KOs. I think they're
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, some of the
say what you
KOs
want
they
about
got
'em,
coming
they're
out here
really-
lately are just like, what
Yep.
the f?
They
That's
got some
exactly
real
right.
good looking KOs. Go on TF, Show Z store and go underneath their KO category. They have a whole line that's just
We were
KO
just talking.
categories. But all they got to do is just use better products.
Terry and I were just talking about those.
They look amazing. Some of them metallic finish ones and stuff like that. I mean, they're damn good looking.
And the
Yep,
prices are
they are.
really, really reasonable on those KOs. Really
We were
reasonable.
looking at those Star Queens,
What?
Terry and I, and we were looking at that RC. Remember, Terry? Those
yeah.
those KO, and man, whoa! Some of those fourth party ones. Man, those were nice.
Well, I'm getting tired of searching for an MP scale Starscream to go with my Zeta Toys Bruticus. I'm just going to get Star Queen to go with it.
Yeah, remember that one I showed you, that one Bruticus that I sent you, or was it Bruticus or was it
Menasor? Oh, good God.
that Menasor?
Hey, did Frank send you that?
You
dude?
got to show the
I
guys.
seen it.
Yeah.
Did you see it, Gabe?
Yeah, I showed it. I showed it. Yeah, I showed it
Did you
to
see it, Ryan?
yeah,
That Menasor that
I have not.
that
bring
Menasor.
that thing up, put
Which
it on the
Menasor is
screen.
this?
No.
That Menasor is
Okay, let me hear.
these people got to know about this Menasor. This Menasor, I mean, it's only
Yeah, hang on,
15
so
inches
let me
tall,
look it up.
but this
That
Menasor
Menasor.
is
And
Oh, so it's a
It-
little guy.
it's more G1
Man, but
size,
look
but
at
it's
him.
badass looking. It is highly detailed. Let's just say that.
Let's see.
The head sculpt,
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
the head sculpt is
Yep.
nasty, but it's so badass.
Yeah, it's sick. It really
I actually
is.
don't own
Yeah.
the Menasor, so let's see it. Maybe.
Hang on a second. Where did we put
Yeah,
it?
this Menasor here. If I'm not worried about size of it, it's got to be at least over a foot tall to be a combiner for me. Because you can base everything on G1 mainline scale. And be good with that. But this right here is, yeah, it is nice.
And who makes
It's-
it? What brand is it?
And that's the thing. It's not a really popular
toy line
company. No, it isn't. But it comes in two different versions, and
there's a
both of them are
metallic.
Yeah, the metallic is where
there's
it's
a
at,
metallic
dude.
version. The metallics is ridiculous. It really is. Hold on a second. I'll show you right now.
Wow, I'm looking at that, Jay.
I'll show
Damn.
you this.
15.
Yeah,
Anyway, a second. I'll show you right now.
look at that.
What's that? Give or take the
Look
size
at the
of
head
Studio
sculpt.
Series Devastator?
Here, Frank will put it up. It'll be better. The head sculpt. Yeah, this thing is.
You're gonna freak out. Okay, here we go.
I've got him in the cart. I'm debating on it.
I can't add anything more to my list.
Ready?
Wow, look at that metallic.
Oh man,
This is the metallic version of him.
That's nice. It's real
Zoom in
nice.
on the head sculpt.
And who makes this? Is this the same company that's making that Devastator?
Yeah, this is Transformation.
Yeah, that's Dreamstar, right? I know. The Devastator you're talking about.
This is a transformation or something like that. Yeah, that thing is. It is gorgeous.
Wow. So it says sold out. Anybody know what the going price was?
Yeah, hang on a second.
He's about 600.
It says head.
Oh God. Yeah, I see the head. 600.
No, he actually, you can get him. I've seen him going for $450.
On that ECS Direct, he was 6, Frank. That's where I
Nice.
seen it at.
The metallic version, I've
Yep.
seen it. I'd seen it on another website for $5.
Yeah, but once you see the metallic version, I don't know that you can
Get anything else.
I was trying to be nice, but
right. They're like, fuck that. No, fuck everything else, right?
If I would have seen him
I don't
before
know
I
what to
bought
say.
my
Fuck
2
would you-
Zeta
Right?
toys,
Who the
I would have
fuck
bought
would
him
want
instead.
anything else? Check this out. Here's a breakdown of his.
Yeah, that thing is. I mean, look at that thing.
Man.
Wow.
And as
Yeah,
far
they have
as
a- they have a-
Motormaster
yeah.
goes, that's
They have
spot
the-
on for that truck.
Yep, they have the chromed version of him. Even the non-chromed version of him.
Hey, and guess what? That Motormaster don't cost $300.
Disgustingly cool. No.
What do you mean, JJ?
That's how much people are charging for Legacy Motormaster. $300. You can buy almost the whole goddamn combiner for $300. See, that's the thing that gets me sometimes too about strictly mainline collectors. They're like, I ain't paying no $200 for one figure, but yeah, you're gonna pay $300 for a fucking Motormaster, but you won't buy a figure that's better quality for $200. I don't get it.
It looks like this. Man, I'm looking at that breakdown and drag strip. Look at that, man. Damn.
I mean, all of them look good. I mean, that drag strip is
Yeah, no, they do it. Yeah, that's transform mission. No, I can't do it. I'm not supposed to be doing Dreamstar, and here I am.
Right. Watch, he's gonna have it and be like, "Oh, you ended up getting it, huh?"
he's gonna be like, he's gonna do an early morning show and be like, "Oh, I'm opening up boxes."
Right. I look at our boxes.
I didn't
Oh,
know
look what I got.
Transform mission
I
minutes.
must have forgot.
He's called. By the way,
June.
yeah, he's called Havoc. By the way, so in this particular, yeah, they don't call
The
it.
Combiners Havoc, or
Yeah,
somebody?
the whole combiner's called
The
Havoc.
Combiners
Yeah,
called Havoc. Okay.
yeah. Transform Mission TFM Havoc. He is he's the IDW version of Metasaur. Oh my god, isn't he gorgeous though?
He is,
dude.
He is
Totally.
He's a pretty
totally
lady.
He's a pretty lady. Found him completely by accident when Terry and I were talking about just a really nice version of Menosaur, and just we were looking around, and sure as shit, all of a sudden, boop, and I was like, "Whoa, look at this guy!"
And
Hey,
that's what
JJ, how
you guys-
tall is that
your three.
Devastator of yours
What, Dreamstar Toys?
at Dreams? Yeah,
22 inches tall.
22. Yeah.
because I got to find some to pair with my Zeta Toys combiners.
They're the same. Zeta Toys is Dreamstar Toys bought some of the molds from Zeta Toys. Because Zeta Toys isn't no more. Like you'll notice some of the older beginning of Zeta Toys stuff.
Mold.
Some other companies, smaller companies, have bought them, and KO companies have bought some of the molds and put them out. Because Zeta Toys really doesn't produce anymore. I think they just do designs or something like that, and then disperse the designs and stuff. Because if you take a look at Dreamstar Toys Superion and Zeta Toys Superion, they look similar, but not quite. And
The finishers are
yeah, well, Zeta Toys put out 2 finishes. One of them was the non-metallic version, which had QC issues. I showed Frank a picture of one of them. But then they came out with a chrome metallic version that had no issues.
I've got that one. His head lights up. He talks. He's got the cartoon head and the toy head.
Yep. And and if you look at the Dreams, go underneath shows Z Store, go underneath Dreamstar Toys and look at their Superion for Dreamstar Toys. You're gonna be like, pretty much looks almost like my Zeta Toys, because they, from my understanding, from what I've read and stuff, and other people talking with other people, Zeta Toys really doesn't produce figures anymore. They do designs and stuff like that. So, and then from there, I mean, you buy a design. It's after that, it's what material you use. You use good material, you can sell it for a good price, and you got a good quality product. Because the design was great looking, but they're the same figures.
Yeah, if you look at the Dreamstar's Silverbolt, I mean, that's Dreamstar's mold.
Yeah, it's their mold. Yep, it's Zeta Toys, but they did a better job with it.
Yeah.
Just like everybody was really worried about too when Dreamstar started coming out with the Devastator pieces, the Constructicons, because they had originally bought the Zeta Toys, and that's how they got into it, was doing Superion. And they bought the mold from Zeta, and the problems that Zeta had with everything, people were kind of worried about it, but they came out big time strong and hard with these Constructicons and Devastator. It's going to be, with what they did, it's going to be hard pressed for people to beat this Devastator's look altogether.
JJ, I wanted to ask you about that. In your opinion, Dreamstar Devastator,
Best one ever made.
Best Devastator,
Best one ever made.
That's what I was afraid
He
of.
didn't even let you finish that sentence.
He knew where I was going.
Devastator better, and that was this like $4,000 or $5,000 statue of Devastator I seen.
Yeah, no, and I've seen that one, but I'm not counting that.
Exactly.
You know
That's
what
what I told Frank.
What about the Devastator the guy's got sitting on his toilet on Reddit?
What, the one he?
Yeah, the one that's like, it's literally, he puts it on his toilet and everything else.
Yeah,
That
there's a
thing
guy
is-
that did a.
It's been some years since I've seen it, but that thing was
There's a
pretty
guy that
amazing.
did a 6
Definitely
foot,
not as
6 foot jet fighter.
I haven't seen that. Wow.
There's a 6 foot Unicron.
I saw that too.
Well, that's out of scale. We're on the 6 foot Devastator. That 6 foot Unicron, that's out of scale.
Needs to be at least 12 foot, maybe 20 foot.
Right. Maybe 20
Yeah, then
feet,
you gotta-
exactly.
Then you got to use Commander class. You got to use a Commander class Devastator with that just to be anywhere in the ballpark.
Frank and I were talking last night. You know, everybody
Stick it on the side of a
calls
hotel.
that Steel Fortress Divorce class a Metroplex.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Right. So I was they got a new Titan coming out on third party. It's a Fortress Maximus. It's like almost 31 inches tall, Fort Max. Right. So that Fortress Maximus is bigger than HasLab's Unicron.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, we call that. I'm gonna call that one Separation Class.
Separation class.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
That's divorce class. Separation class.
dang.
But yeah, Gabe,
Think
I like that.
You have to think
that's
about it.
my personal opinion. That Devastator is the best one ever made. Fully transforming.
It is pretty. Very
It
pretty.
is definitely.
It's insane. Those colors are ridiculous. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
color scheme. Like I told Frank when I started getting it, he's like, "You like Devastator?" I was like, "No."
I was gonna say, when did you start liking
but I said,
Devastator? Like,
When Dreamstar came out
that
with
color right there, I said, I can't pass that up. It pops to me. It says you
It
must
is.
own me.
It does.
Own me.
right? Take me home, Daddy.
And then
All right,
that's
I
not
think we
enough.
got-
You got to add proud
But
to
yeah,
it.
so I mean,
Yeah.
but like, it's like I've always said, you collect what you like. If you like it, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you
Exactly.
don't.
I don't have no
Yeah,
problems with
then-
mainline. I just don't collect it no more. I'd rather put my money other places.
I'm the same way. I mean,
Is there
I think some mainline is
anybody
great.
that just is there anybody that just started collecting again, or like, I guess so? What, as far as collecting goes, what's your guys? How long have you guys been collecting consistently at this point? Like, it sounds like Gabe and I both started collecting again at the same price around the same time, and
About
I'm
5
wondering
months
if
ago.
anybody else did that. You started collecting about 5 months ago.
About 5 months ago, yes.
Okay, so I started collecting, I think it was about 3 years ago, and I went through this, like I was just buying the same, like every single version of Optimus Prime that I could get to try and like, I would see one and like, that's the one that I want. And then I'd see a different one, like, that one's better. And actually, I think in the end, it ended up with me ending up with the Mecha Alliance. Is it Mecha Alliance or Magnificent Mecha? That Bumblebee movie Optimus, because it started with mainline and that didn't do it. And then I'm getting MP10s and I've got MPO1 and I'm getting all this. I'm like, these aren't right. I get them, they look great online, and then I see some other one that looks more awesome. And so I burnt through like buying like, the Hasbro Masterpiece Bumblebee movie, Optimus Prime, the premium finish Optimus, like all these just kept graduating onto something. And this is like probably a period of like 3 to 5 months, going from none to catching up on my Transformers media, watching the Bumblebee movie, being just in awe about the designs that they did with CGI of those, updated G1 renditions for a live action movie, and just continually hunting and it was so much, it was like drinking from a water hose, trying to decide and decipher what was different about this one and why was it different than the other one that I thought was the most awesome one ever. And then I had to get another one. And so for me, that it was just nonstop buying, like collecting Optimus Prime after Optimus Prime, and the Thrilling 30 Jetfire had a little bit to do with me getting back into. So it was really the Siege Optimus, the Siege Megatron, Studio Series 86 Grimlock, and the Jetfire. And so did you go through anything like that when you got back into collecting, Gabe, or when you started collecting? Did you just like focus on like one particular character, or was it just like, were you just here and there and everywhere, or was it just like, I want this one, this one, this one, this one?
No, mine was a kind of like yours. It was an evolution and a progression. So I had no Transformers, and then I told you the story about my family building me Megatron. Okay, so that was the only Transformer I had. And then, long story short, I was injured. I was shopping in bed, and I got myself, and Frank knows this better than anybody, JJ too. I like oversized, and I got myself a Metroplex, Legacy Metroplex, and I got that man, and I got that guy. I got that guy, and I told my wife, who my wife is a big time antiquer and collector, and she likes the hunt. My wife does for her own collectibles, which I respect, and I love that about her too. But I told her, you know what I want to do? I want to go out and I want to hunt for a G1 Devastator, part by part, find it in the wild and build him. That didn't work out, but when we were walking down Target one day, I found I forgot, I think it was Bone Crusher, and I didn't even know it, but this something called Studio Series was making a Devastator that you're going to combine. And so I said, okay. She said, buy the Bone Crusher, and I did. So I started buying the pieces and researching. And from there, I thought, hey, Studio Series is pretty cool. I fell in love with Studio Series, aka Mainline, right? I fell in love with it. I thought it was great. Now, I only have 2 mainline pieces in my entire collection. One of them is being Siege Jetfire, and one of them is being 86 Ultra Magnus. Because I was on an app buying Transformers, and I heard this terminology that I had never heard before called Masterpiece. And I was like, what is this Masterpiece about? And so I bought my first Masterpiece, which was an Optimus Prime, fell in love with it. And from that point on, I was like, okay, I love these Masterpieces. And then I meet Turbo or Frank, and through Frank, I meet JJ, and JJ throws this term at me, third party. And we started talking about gigapower, and of course I told y'all the Grimlock story about third party. And now, just this week, I was talking to my wife, like, I think I'm going to get rid of all my mainline Masterpiece for third party. I mean, I just think third party is that far superior to even Now, I say that there are some Masterpieces I will absolutely keep, absolutely, but I'm willing to get rid of probably 75% of them and put that towards third party. So I went from mainline, loving mainline, to Masterpiece to third party, and that's kind of where I'm at now. And I don't plan on going anywhere. And then I have Frank over here accusing me of drinking water through a fire hydrant, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
After peeing on it.
It's my fire hydrant. It's
You
mine
can
now.
pee on it all you want. That's right. I
That's
can pee
right.
on my goddamn fire hydrant. Shit.
It's
My
mine
fire
now.
hydrant.
So yeah, that was kind of my progression, Rihanna.
For me, I collected
That's
as a
right.
kid. Then I hit middle school, and it was got joked, girls, stuff like that. So it didn't really collect, but I still did
Yeah.
comic books and stuff like that because you could keep those a secret at home. You know what I mean? So comic books, and then like 18, I bought a few things here and there. 18 in my early 20s, like I was into that like Spawn Connect Interlink Connect 6, where they formed a giant robot, the Spawn figures from McFarlane. And then probably since my wife and I have been together, I've been pretty much going pretty steady the last 16 years. So I've been collecting. I went pretty hard during the pandemic because there wasn't much to do. I bought a lot of shit I bought Jetfire G1 in a box, Megatron in a box, Soundwave in a box, Six Shot in a box, Tripticon in a box. Yeah, I went hard during pandemic.
Dang.
But I
Wow.
also at that time I kind of used it, took my mind off because I was quitting drinking at the same time. I had just quit drinking in 2019, November of 2019. So when the pandemic hit and I started buying, it kind of like fed another addiction, I guess you could say. Then I achieved my goal. I got every grail I wanted, every transformer I had when I was a kid. G1 had them all pretty in a shelf. They sat there for, I don't know, 3 years. And in the middle of those 3 years, so like, I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I got my first, yeah, about 5 years ago, I got my first third party. And then that's when I started going back and forth about selling my G1 collection or not. And then I finally was like, you know what? Oh, I want to put these things up. Those things, they were awesome in the 80s, and I love them, and they bring nostalgia to me from as my childhood. But I was like, I don't want to. I don't want to keep them. I got this nostalgia back of those. Now something else is giving me nostalgia, so that's why I pretty much am where I'm at with third party stuff as far as Transformers because it gives me when I get one of them things and I open up the box and I pull it out and I'm holding that thing in my hands, it gives me the same feeling it was when I was like 6 and 7 years old getting a Transformer.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes
That's
sense.
And
exactly right.
I'm like, the
Exactly right.
engineering is so much better. This is like adult versions of my stuff. So that's where I'm at with that. I mean, but like I said, I collect a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff. Like I got Hellboy stuff here, Mythic Legions, Puppet Master figures from the movie Puppet Master. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. So plus
Yeah.
my wife and daughter collect.
And
So when
yeah, I
did
got a limit on my stuff. Because I know that I can't just buy like one figure. And
Yep,
then as soon
exactly.
as I do, it opens up a whole nother line, and I'm like, "Oh Lord, what have I got myself?" Because I'm a completionist, right? So I feel like
Yep,
I've got
yep.
to stay with Studio Series 86 until they're done. And I'm real bad. They can decide they're going to start making, like they did with the Bumblebee movie. They made these like the Megatron, these concept figures, right? And then I'll be hung on for that, right? Because of the completionist aspect of it. It's like I've got to have every single one of them regardless. And so that kind of scares me because I'm looking forward to that being done, right? Like I'm looking forward to getting the 13th prime and being done with that because but then they're doing a real good job of continuing to throw stuff out there. Right. And they keep roping me in with, all they got to do is release one combiner character, and then they got me on for like another 12 months. So,
Well, you
yeah.
know what, Ryan? On JJ's behalf, you're welcome for the complete Dinobot Gigapower set that you're gonna have to get. You're welcome.
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna eventually once you start. I mean, do you have any third party stuff?
The only 3P I got, man, is, there's like, as far as like masterpiece stuff, and I don't have much at all actually at this point, is that Bumblebee movie Optimus. And that thing is just, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I've never even transformed it. It's just, I think I used the base that it comes on in some of my shows. There's actually a version of that seems like it was like $3,600 that comes with a base that has like lights in it that was officially licensed and what have you that I saw in there. There's that restaurant in is it Japan? They've got like a Transformers restaurant,
Yeah.
and that's the first time that I saw that version of it. But it drives me nuts that this guy didn't come with Autobot faction emblems on his shoulders. Like drives me bonkers. I mean, it's like it really
Oh, you want
aggravates me.
the?
And the blue is off in his eyes.
I'll send you a message with the website where you can go and get it. You go there, you select the exact figure, and they'll send you all the stickers for that figure to go with it. Yes.
Really? Yeah, do that, man.
Yeah.
Do that.
Toy hacks.
Yeah.
Yep. Toy.
Is it Toy Hacks?
Yeah.
And they've got it for
Oh
3P
yeah.
stuff?
You go in there, they got the 3P, they got
No
the
kidding.
manufacturer, then you go to the actual figure and everything like that. They'll break it all the way down so the figure so they're sized appropriate for that figure specifically.
Wow, okay. Okay, yeah, I definitely like to do, but I haven't transformed this guy at all. Outside of that, and I don't know if it's considered 3P or 4P or what, but a couple years ago at BotCon, I bought. There was and I don't know the difference between 3P and 4P, so you'll have to excuse me, but there was an oversized version of Studio Series 102 Optimus Prime for the Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, and it came with Mini Noah. This guy, if you guys probably can't even see him because he's gray, but
That's you.
and he's getting blocked out by the screen. But it came with all the blasters, all that stuff. Everything was much more movie accurate than what the Hasbro toy came with. And he was oversized. He was more bulky. Great blast effects. And there's definitely something to be said for that. And really, like, I don't know that. We'll see what happens if we get into live action movie. Like, I didn't get anything from TF1 other than I think I got some Optimus Primes that I won in like whatnot giveaways. But I tried to stay away from it because I knew if I really got into buying one or two characters that I was going to get the whole thing, and it just turns into a whole disaster, and it's something else for me to collect.
See, that's the one thing that
So yeah,
I guess you got to be prepared for what third party is.
yeah,
You can't just buy the whole damn line.
right.
You got to go for characters
You
like
can,
you can't.
but you got to go ahead and start filling out government documents
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
bankruptcy and everything like that.
Yeah. You'll be like from Saturday Night Live, Chris Farley in a van down by the river. You know.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
with
Yep. You got your
Transformers,
Transformers.
you won't be able to afford the toy hacks though.
Right.
But yeah, so like that's where when it comes to you gotta pick your characters smartly when going third party.
Yeah,
Be
Yeah.
wise about it.
And
Exactly.
that's the one thing that it's easy for me to keep up with the figures I want because they're not plowing them out. I'm not coming out with two waves, eight figures I got to go pick up right now, all in one shot.
yeah,
I got 'em. I might get one or two this month, maybe not another one for a month. So I'm able to keep up with the ones I want, and especially when doing these combiners, because how expensive these combiners are. If you get in on them on the beginning, they release one, then maybe 1, 2, then 1, then maybe 1, 2, so it's not killing your fricking wallet, to keep up with them, to get them all, So, I mean, and the quality and all that, so that's where I like it because it makes it a little bit easier, plus, what really got me disinterested is when they were doing all the exclusives for, like, all the different lines, like Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified, Target exclusive G.I. Joe Classified, Target exclusive Transformers, Walmart exclusive Transformers, and trying to keep up with those because when I was doing mainline, I was like you, Ryan, I had to have them all. If I started this, I
yeah,
was getting them all, and usually 2 of them.
yeah, yeah,
And
bro, yeah. Yeah, I think I pretty much have like almost 4 complete sets of Studio Series 86. If 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 not 4. Like almost 4
and
complete sets.
so it just well, and what the straw that broke the camel's back was a GI Joe Classified. I went New Year's Day, Target drop, and they were there. Because I forgot what I was using this app that you could put in the SKU and it'd tell you if they were there or not. And they were there. The people at Target looked them up. Me and there was 2 people in front of me and 2 people behind me at the door before Target even opened up that morning. Went straight back there, right? We're back there, and this lady goes looking for him. She can't find him, can't find him, can't find him. Me and the guys are sitting there, and we look down the aisle. This dude walks up this aisle, picks up the bottom rack of the aisle, pulls 6 of the G.I. Joe figures out, and
Bam.
walks up to the register and buys them. And me and the guys were sitting there like, what the just happened? I was
Yeah.
like, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah, they put them out before they were supposed to be released. Somebody
Right.
found them, hit them, because they won't allow you to. In most cases, they won't allow when they do that and they put them out early. Then you go up there to ring out, and they look at you like you're stealing something, because the
Right.
computer system won't allow you to ring it out before street date. And then they look at you like you're crazy. And you're exactly right, man. I can't tell you, like, when I was trying to get SS102, for example, how many times that happened to me. I go in the store and it says they got them on the app and nobody knows where they're at, or they're back here and they're on the truck and we can't, but I feel your pain. But the only thing that saved me on the G.I. Joe classified stuff is I made that so tight. And what I was going to get is I was just focused on the Walmart, which was the retro card back. And then they started offering the retro card back in other places. But only the ones that were ever only available at Walmart are the ones that are worth money. Those are the ones that are like the Zartan, the Snake Eyes, the Storm Shadow, the original, like roughly 8 that they came out in that retro card back, at least for the classified series. Those are the ones that, really had some experience, some appreciation. But no, like I said, I'm glad this is getting ready to come to an end, and I've never been clear. But what they'll do eventually, when they get down to the end of Studio Series 86, they'll finally start releasing Studio Series Prime characters that'll actually be somewhat accurate to Prime. And that'll be the first time that that's been released in forever. So then that's how they'll get me. That's how they'll get me.
No, they're gonna get you. They're
But
gonna
yeah,
get you, bro.
they're gonna get me. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Well, guys, what do you
I
think?
think it was a good episode.
I think it
Fun.
was great.
It was
I think
fun.
we had a lot of
Hey,
fun here on the
Rhino,
grader.
you want another Prime?
Yes, sir.
Find KBB MP10V. He's a Voyager class masterpiece scale Optimus Prime.
Is that knockoff of MP?
Just Voyager scale.
Really? Okay. Well, I've got
Look at
4
look,
MP10.
look at Gabe showing you. Can you see it? I don't
That
know.
looks
If you
way
might,
bulky. That looks
you might
much
have to
more
say
bulky
something, Gabe.
than.
I don't know if he can see you.
Yeah, I
can't
can
see it?
see it.
I have him
I
and the
can see it.
trailer
Yeah.
as just the Voyager scale of MP.
Okay, I'll have to check that one out. I need to get. Is that wow? Yeah, I need to get into what is it, MP44
Man.
or a knockoff of MP44. That's one which is
Joe
essentially.
Z's got him on sale, a KO fourth party for under 100.
No kidding. I'll have to check that out. Because I need that in my life.
It's
Check
like
out my
love.
TikTok. I do a lot of the videos on some of the figures.
Do you?
Yeah,
Well, shoot me
I've
a
got-
link, man. I'm not on there. I'm not on that TikTok yet.
There you go.
All my kids sing all the songs and the recipes and all that jive turkey stuff they get from there, but I'm not on there. I'm not on there yet.
Same here, man. Same here.
I've got the MP10 KO next to the Voyager version, and I mean, they're the same, just smaller scale. I even have a masterpiece scale roller that actually transforms and fits in the back of Prime.
Yep, it's third party. That's just badass.
What do you guys think about the retro card stuff they're releasing? It's been all pretty much mini bots so far, right? It's essentially Walmart exclusive. I came across one today that I didn't see it live, but I was on Walmart's app and I was going through and I saw a wheelie that's supposed to come out in March, and I hadn't seen information about this being released anywhere so far. And I have to say that as far as wheelie goes, it is the most awesome wheelie in robot mode that I've seen. But I think it was him, and there was another guy. Who was the other one that I saw that's coming out in March?
Sea-Spray?
But I didn't know what. Say again?
Sea-Spray?
No,
think Sea-Spray's
I've already seen him out. This guy,
Yeah.
he reminded me of Braun, but it wasn't
Outback?
Braun. Yes, yeah, Outback.
And Swerve is coming out too.
Okay. So, I mean, they all looked. I was impressed with them, at least in particular that wheelie. I thought it was neat, but again, it's like, man, if I start getting into those, then I got to go back and collect all of them that have been released so far, and So I try to stay away. I've been trying to avoid getting the comic edition, the Skybound version of the Prime that's released. And I'm probably just going to get some upgrades for my Studio Series 86 Prime. But one thing about mainline that in particular aggravates me, and they don't just do it with Transformers, but they also do it with G.I. Joe. They release all these different versions of the character and the toy, and it's like you've got to buy them all and take bits and pieces from all, like however many they release, to actually make the one that gives you the most nostalgia that you had as a child. And for an example, I'll give you, like you've got to buy like at least 3 Grimlocks right now in that Studio Series 86 mold, right? So either that or buy upgrade kits, because the G2 version came, the original G2 version, the Toxitron version, whatever you want to call it, came with like the see-through neck that the original toy had. The other G2 version, the blue G2 version, actually comes with the blue visor that the original toy had. And then you've got to have the original Studio Series 86 to complete pretty much everything else. But they did that like with Snake Eyes and what have you, like the classified series Snake Eyes. You've got to buy multiple of those to actually get like, I'm trying to remember what, like it's like the second Snake Eyes that everybody really liked that came with Timber. You've got to buy a slew of different Snake Eyes. Snake Eye. I don't know how you say Snake Eye. I don't know how you say there's multiple. A murder of Snake Eyes. I don't know. You got to buy like a bunch of them, all these different versions, and take bits and pieces off of them. And they know that, right? And it's like the Skybound version of Optimus Prime, and I'd already bought the DNA kit, but what I don't get with the DNA kit is the glass, the blue glass, the painted glass that comes on that Skybound version, and it doesn't have like the clear tabs in it that you can see with the original Studio Series 86. And then there's also the disappointment for me anyway with regard to the head mold. But anyway, make sure you cut everything that I've said for the last 7 minutes out, Frank, and we'll make a whole nother episode.
Hey, Rhino.
Yes, sir.
We'll add that in the bloopers.
Fans Hobbies, Star Saber, all red team, translucent.
Yeah,
That's
man,
right.
you posted that, and I'm going through a process of opening one of my
This
Omega
candy
Primes.
saber.
Yeah, that thing looks beautiful.
I have the Shield team and the Blaster team to go with my Naval Commander Fans Hobby.
I like that. You posted, I remember you posted the red one, and you posted another one too, didn't you?
Probably, but yeah.
Well, that was nice.
That drag strip?
Drag strip?
No, he's showing it too.
Is that an original card?
Oh yeah, original card. Yep. You know,
I just completed a G Streetwise today.
$4.99.
Got his weapon.
Wow.
Retail.
You're selling that
Today's
for $4.99?
No.
Let me cash app you right now. Mid-show, let me cash app you, Jay.
Right. Right. Can you imagine that?
You're gonna hear
We'll make
JJ
a-
phone. Cha-ching.
Right. That'll be on the comments. Right. I didn't know you guys were selling on the podcast. What the
Like dibs, $4.99. Shit.
Yeah,
was it live? God damn it. The fuck?
man.
Oh my god. All right, fellas. I think oh my god. Well, this was hella fun, you guys. It was great. I think we brought up a lot of great stuff. I think we got a lot of really good content here tonight. And I think we're going to get a lot of good feedback from people. And I really appreciate everybody being here tonight, you guys. It was great to have everybody here. Finally, everybody
I think if
here.
you cut, you do enough cut, and we've got enough, like at least starters for a couple of 2 or 3 episodes.
Oh no, this is going on one episode. I think we got a really good subject matter here, and I think we probably have a subject here that we could probably at least do maybe another episode or 2.
Oh,
I would
sure.
say, JJ, right? Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. I think, like I said, I think we're going to get some really good feedback from people out there, and hopefully they will agree and leave some really good comments for us and go on from here. But I'm really excited about some of the next projects we're going to be working on, and I think everybody here knows what we're talking about. If not, I'm sure we'll discuss it a little bit more, and then kind of bring it out to everybody out there as well. So you guys stay tuned for that. But I think it's about time that we sign off here, guys, and want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. Again, I want to shout out my thanks to everybody here in the group, everybody in the Toy Consortium. Appreciate you guys all so much for being here with us tonight. Again, want to shout out to Chad, Trent. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hope everybody's staying warm. Everybody's staying as least snow-free as possible. And I hope everybody is, like I said, staying healthy, happy, and hope everybody tunes into the game tomorrow and cheers for their favorite teams.
I hope you get about a foot of snow, you clapped out cricket.
So you guys take care. We'll see you on the next episode. Thanks so much for supporting us. Thanks so much for staying here with us for the last hour and a half or so. We'll see you, like I said, see you on the next episode. And we'll see you guys real soon. Make sure you also check us out on the Energon Exchange on Facebook. Make sure you guys go in there, check us all out. Let us know what you think as well. And stay tuned for some of our other projects that'll be coming up as well. Those will be really exciting, I'm sure. Everybody will enjoy that as well. So, guys, take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Life.